going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Is this the end of the bull market? You might be seeing the price of Bitcoin. We did react to this important level of $110,000. But what's going on? I mean, the reaction here was, and I still do believe this level here is going to come under pressure. So for that reason, I've got a couple of levels to the downside. So first of all, we really need to hold this level around this $110,000. Otherwise, we end up falling all the way back to 107, 106. And then beyond that, we need to watch the 50-day moving average. But what's going on? Why are your prices down today after we've obviously had the biggest liquidation event in the history of crypto? And what's going on? So I'm going to try and enlighten you. Today, Powell speaks, so you have to remember that. But it comes down to this. China says it will fight to the end after US said it was trying to hurt the world economy. And this is huge because we saw de-escalation from the US, from Trump, from Besant. But today, over the last 24 hours, the gloves did come off. So I want you to be rational. If we are going to go into a bear market, there has to be some fundamentals, some technicals that are broken. But so far, this is a tariff-driven situation that are, of course, exacerbated by the market that we know already. You already know that this market is highly manipulated from the top of the US government all the way down to the exchanges. It doesn't favor retail right now. So I'm going to try and give you a perspective of why you need to remain calm, be calculated, and of course, try to weather the storm. And if we do end up going into a bear market, then we will know in the next couple of days, couple of weeks. Having said that, overall, this is what's happening. So over the weekend, I said, wait for the Chinese response. That response has been, of course, negative. Overall, the tariffs have not left the agenda, hence a huge market reaction today. Okay, when you consider the timeline for US tariffs, so the US has clearly stated, President Trump has said 1st of November, if things don't change, this is a bargaining chip, a negotiation tactic, or what we call brinksmanship, right? You know, up the ante right before the collapse, because we know China and the US depend on each other. One is the factory, the other one is the consumer. So they have a binary relationship, no matter all of this that's happening. And again, you know, this comes as a strongly worded statement from the Chinese government was released. And here's what you need to know, okay? China vows to fight the trade war to the bitter end. One thing you know about Chinese people, Chinese culture, Chinese history, they are incredibly patient. I'll give you an example. While the US, for example, sets up all of these military bases around the world, the Chinese are inward looking and, of course, mostly concentrate on their infrastructure, high-speed trains. So they are patient people. So don't underestimate them. Then Besant came out and said, of course, this was the statement that they reacted to. China is trying to damage the global economy. And the US has drafted countermeasures if negotiations fail with China. Now, that is the key word, negotiations. Measures under consideration include required export licenses for software sent to China, as per reported by Reuters. So what else is happening? US government shutdown is starting to hurt the US economy. Data is going to be delayed. Besant came out yesterday and said, look, this is not good for business. And data is going to be delayed. Likely unemployment claims will be PPI and retail sales on Thursday. So Thursday, we expect volatility. And of course, today is the most volatile day when, of course, Powell will be speaking at 5:30 to 5:20 p.m. delivering remarks. Audience questions will likely cover monetary policy, tariffs, and more. So that's more volatility today. So what we saw today is Bitcoin dropping to 110K, currently sitting at 111. And of course, we do have this support level here, in which if we break, we will see a dive to the 107 level. All right, that's obviously clear. Now with Bitcoin currently testing this 50-week on the, I believe this is the 2-day chart. It's good to look at the 2-day chart because it gives us a slightly better indication. But what we're seeing here, you see this green and red line there? That is your 50-day. Now, we need to get above this. We need to get above this level. Of course, once we get above that level, we're good to go. We're good to go. But for now, a lot of people are really scared. And for me, the level to hold is this $110,000 level. You failed that, and then you are going straight down to 107, which is a weaker support level, guys. A slightly weaker support level. And that might just go straight through. You never know. But we are very close to these dynamics. But I want you to understand what's going on here before we flip. Ultimately, we flip bullish. It's simply a massive geopolitical game. And that's why your crypto looks like this today. I will be making individual crypto purchases and videos for projects. But I thought it'd be a good idea to talk about the macro today. Like I said, if all fails and we go down to $100,000 and below, you can consider that as a bear market. As far as we are here for now, there are a couple of events we still need to see drawn out before this market stabilizes. It has been April back again, but worse because of the liquidity, which in a way, if you think about leverage being wiped out, there's no way. I mean, if you've been long on, say, I don't know, Bitcoin from 104,000 or Ethereum from 1,500 or whatever, listen, a lot of people got cleaned. A lot of people got clean. So that leverage is out of the way. Now it's just a case of market recovery and bringing belief back to this market. The only way that happens is if you have consistent alt season, at least for a couple of weeks, so people can actually start aping in. But right now, no one's touching crypto and sentiment is very, very low. The fear and greed index is sitting around 35 to 40. So here you have it. Look, 8% in the last 24 hours. Volume of some of the big cryptocurrency is just absolutely pittance. Like this is Aptos' volume, $25 million, right? This is crazy. So you are seeing a lot of challenges here. But listen, I'm sticking with it. In fact, I've got some really good videos coming up for you guys on individual projects that you need to be maybe looking at now. Even if you consider this as your so-called mini bear market, crypto will recover. But this is, at the moment, a place where a lot of people have given up crypto, have actually lost confidence. And I don't think you should be one of those people. I think you should be acting completely the opposite and be focused on managing your portfolio, maybe seeing the odd chance of taking a new position into one of the quality projects. Tau has literally kept my portfolio up. All right. So stay blessed, guys. This is the video you need in order for you to actually make sense of what other people are doing and what the market is doing, and do the opposite. That's the way I've always traded, and I'm always going to continue to trade in that particular way, because when there's fear, there's opportunity. I'm not in crypto for 1 week, 2 years. I'm here for the majority of the time, and I do believe we will make life-changing money. It's all about staying cool, guys. Let me know your comments in the, put some comments in the video. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you're eyeing in this critical time. Are we in a bear market? Are we in a bull market? Like, let's have a conversation about this. But hey, wait for the next videos, because I think you'll find it very much with a lot of value. I'm not here to kind of pump any bags. I'm not here. I love crypto. I want to talk about crypto in the way that it should be spoken about. One day, for most people, it's over. The next day, we're going to the moon. And that's not how it is. I think most people should understand by now they will be up at some point. It's just a matter of when and not if. Okay? So that's the overall consensus. Now, another thing I would say is the fear is justified as well. This is not, a market without fear. A fear is good for the market, and fear is what makes you the money. So God bless you all, guys. Look forward to the next video, and I will speak to you soon. Take care.